Alrighty, so I'm live on my Lenny World Politics channel. And before I say anything, I said this. I hate predicting the future, but expect the month of April increasing violence worldwide. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm feeling the energy. Now, there's two type of scenarios that can happen with this Iran versus Israel conflict. And I do believe things are gonna really spiral out of control like the week of April. They say there's gonna be a comment coming in April 21st. Now, I'm not entirely sure where like the meteors, comets, like they say, oh, it's coming from space. I honestly do not believe the globe model. Um, I believe more into my own perspective. So for this year, it's gonna be the full pink moon, which the moon is gonna be really pink. So the energies are gonna be really strong April 21, April 22, 23, 24, and 25. So that week right there is gonna be really bad worldwide. Like all this conflict that's happening, it's probably gonna go for tit for tat. Iran striking Israel, they're gonna be like crybabies crying for a resolution for this or that. Um, like our leaders, man, I'm not, I don't wanna say anything bad at them, but they're kind of like amateur kids sometimes, man, with all this power and influence and money. They're all like barking at each other and fighting, and then sometimes they can't even control the situations that spiral out of control. So for America, I do see three type of bad scenarios. There are more, but I'm gonna just focus on the bad stuff on this stream. There's mediocre, which I'm not gonna talk about scenarios, and then there's the good scenarios. But since everybody's operating more on a low vibrational state of mind this past 10 years or so, and then not only our way of thinking, our energy, like all the foods and everything, we've been giving so much power towards the government, like all these Epstein and Harvey Weinstein and all these rich and powerful. They were supposed to go down like a domino effect even faster, like one after another, but it didn't. It's everything started going just like very slowly, and then it didn't even go to the people that were on very top. So that just tells me that we are not like we're not in one of the worst, but we're not in one of the good um, phases. And how I mentioned some of the phases, there's every 3 years that open up a phase for like a reality, and not only like the reality that changes around us, like that's how the Mandela effect works. I don't know what is the reason that opens up these portals, like these energies. So 2012 was one, 2015 was another, 18, 21. In between 2012, like a year before that, that's like the beginning. So it was like November, December of 2011, and then it kind of like closed and like around December of 2012. Then again in 2015, like it's changing every so often. I think it was I felt the energy changing in like around March, April of that year, and then it like the energies and everything closed down on like a year later. So, and then in 2020, the energies kind of opened during the start of the pandemic, which was March, April when there was the lockdown. And then it closed down like April, Mayish of 2021. That's when everything started to actually open again. So now we're 2024. We're at that phase again. I'm starting to feel like it's 11 months, 12 months, 13 months around there. That's what I'm picking up the energy where these phases of energy open up. the people change. So this past 3 years, I've been noticing that people were really, really cold. And when I noticed this was actually 2018, when it's like the other phase, which was after 2015. So 2015, 18, that's when I started noticing. And let's see here. Yeah, so the year it's gonna be a very pink moon or a full moon. Um, so what I do see, like, I don't go based on a lot of the astrology, and I don't go based on numerology. I'm just picking up the energies that I'm seeing here. Mm, 2024. So all this mess that's happening, it's a judgmental energy that's gonna probably have a ripple effect on all the karmic energy for the past 100 years that Israel has been doing towards the people in the region of of the world in the Middle East. So 2024 is the beginning of a torment hell for Israel. And I feel like 2027 is going to be like, I don't know how it's going to end. I can't pick it up because the furthest it is away, the like I can't pick up the energy as strong as if it would be something like a month, 2 months from now, if that makes sense. So, and then year 2020 is going to be the year of the monkey. So it all depends how bad it's going to be end for Israel or the United States. And I did mention that there was three bad probabilities for the United States that can happen for the energy transitions that are going to happen this coming 3 years. Now, keep in mind these phases of every 3 years is an opportunity for humanity as a whole to come in together and you know what, changing that energy that we are having in so we can move on to a better world and as well move into a much worse world depending on your karmic energy and your state of mind as well because that's going to be a reflection and everything is going to close probably half of this century and I do predict probably by 2051 everything's going to start crumbling all these gates, portals that open up for these energies, they're gonna close in. And I feel like the entities that are running this world as well, or this realm, I don't want to call it world realm, they're gonna be either leave, they're gonna start dying, or people are gonna see them just like the movie They Live. And my brother sent me a picture of the reflection of the sun that has like two rings. So the sun goes in like this, right? And the only reason we have an ice wall here is because there isn't much light, so it's really dark here, like really dark, and then there's ice. So there's a sun here, and then I think there's other suns here that start reflecting their respective regions. So we have I'm not sure if the sun is more outward and the moon is more inward, or the other way around, if the sun is more inward and the moon is outward. I believe I think the sun is more towards inward because there's a place in Alaska, which is right here in this region of the world, where it's sun 24 hours a day. This is why I don't believe in the freaking globe model because if it was a globe model, the lie that we've been told, then that shouldn't like we what's it called? We shouldn't be seeing that type of light all day. And then there was a book I remember in the library, and I googled it. I can't find it to this day, but I swear to God I did see it in the library. There was a phenomenon about I don't remember the book what it was. I think it was something about astronomy or something about planets, and then I just stumbled upon events that were happening. I think it was 1901, 1902, where the world was light for like completely like 2 or 3 days. And I think the book, this was back in my senior year, said something like there was a supernova that exploded. That's the reason why it was lit like light up all like for more than a day, 24 hours, which it can be many things, but again, it was probably the sun. There was probably something that happened towards the sun that ended up lighting up the whole hemisphere. Now the hemisphere for the sun changed on the axis. So the equator used to be around Ecuador, the Philippines. Now it moved more towards the south. So the sun was more inwards like that, right? Now the sun is towards Brazil. I think it's more towards like southern regions of Brazil, northern Argentina. So the equator went more towards downward. That's why our seasons have changed. Um, air, Now things are like moved 3 weeks in advance. So say winter, instead of being winter December 21st, now it's the first week of December or the last week of November because the sun position moved and it can move. I don't know what is the cause of it. I think it's the like the moon and sun. They need to be working and conjuncting together. It's like a magnet. So if you have a magnet of opposite and negative, if you put them together, the one of the magnets will be pushing the other one. So it's very similar to the moon and the sun as well. There's this magnetism energy of they're working together and they work in conjunction, man. So this ice wall right here, of course, there's no sun hitting it. That's why there's ice. Past this ice, there's the descendants of the people that supposedly from the way past before like the big war that happened like 10,000 years ago or so. Some of these people have more advanced technology and then they just separate society. And then some of these people that were in these regions moved in into these regions right here and started having slavitude. From what I've been hearing is that if I can see the map, I think the guy that Nos Confunde calls it the custodials, uh, which I wouldn't be surprised if they're custodials are what we call the reptilians, and then the Anunnakis are the giants that have like that are buying for control here. Now, for it is my understanding that every realm here has a dome in order to have so that society and people cannot actually penetrate um civilization or there's any warfare that happens, it would reflect anything. Like if they had some advanced weaponry and they want to shoot it over here, sometimes it goes in, but sometimes it doesn't. So the dome will try and protect ourselves from any source coming in here, getting attacked, and vice versa. Anything from coming here to over here, like they have a dome, so there's a dome here, there's a dome here. So when I was outside, I saw like a rainbow next to the moon. Now, whenever there's like a rainbow cloud next to the moon, that is a sign there's gonna be an earthquake. So I think there's a weapon that the people managed to actually reflect some particles into the sky, into these dome reflection of dome that we have, And then as soon as you see the rainbow, then there's like a really, really artificial weather clouds that's very, very windy. Then it gets like really, really dark. And then there's like lightning. As soon as you see lightning and dark, like after seeing those rainbows, it's only a matter of time there's gonna be earthquakes, man. I've seen it so many times whenever the footage in Turkey, whenever it hit the earthquakes, that was the phenomenons of people seeing the rainbows in the sky, and then the gust of wind really hard, and then the lightnings, then the earthquakes happen. Same thing with China, had the same phenomena happening as well. So I do believe that's type of weaponry that some of these people have, um, some of the elites have, and I think it's gonna be start being abused now with this conflict with Israel and Iran. So it's gonna go an all-time high, and before we actually move into a better technology, I feel like some of these outside sources don't want us to advance. So it's like a win-win situation for them if there's chaos and mayhem here, so we don't actually improve because the elites over here are not in like good terms with the elites here. So, and there's a lot of other stuff which I don't want to say because it's just too much, man. Too much. Um, yeah, so there's are a lot of civilizations. I think they counted 191. Now, going past this is like a really strong type of energy that the physical cannot penetrate. Like if it's really hard to penetrate the ice walls over here, sometimes the ice walls won't even appear. Like you keep on going and going and going, and sometimes there's like a gust of wind really strong. Like this is all like, oh man, dude, it's just so hard to explain this. It's like a spiritual protection that they don't want intermingling of the society over here. And if that is hard enough, from what I've been hearing, the stories here is that all of these societies, like the custodials, I don't know where the custodials are originally, but they've been trying to penetrate and move past this big dome right here. And the only thing that can get past this is going into the spiritual. Like, how can I say it? Like the physical, it's no way the physical body can go here, not even with advanced ships. Now, this is the dome that I was talking about here. The civilizations. There's this one, there's this one, then this one, this one. I saw one image in one of the books. I don't know if it's this one, but it looked like it was red, red, red. And I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the realm where people would experience that, where the hellish of demons and all kinds of creatures that are living in that realm. Because some people, when sometimes when people go to like near-death experiences, that's when they can actually experience living from this realm into these other realms over here. And like I said, it's to my knowledge, it's impossible to go past here. And why am I mentioning this, right? What all has to do with the power and control that's going on with the Earth right now. So, to my knowledge, like I told you, the gates are about to close. The lids here that are operating in this realm only have a timetable. Again, they either have three very bad things that are gonna happen to them. They're gonna be really, really be shown to the public, just like the movie They Live, where they're gonna be like, "Oh, what the heck?" Like they're gonna be showing to the world. People are gonna be seeing them. They're gonna looking like monsters, man. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Scenario number two, they're gonna either die out of not like they're gonna start dying, or number three, they need to like they're just gonna start leaving. What's the reason behind that? I have no idea, but those are the three types of things. Then when that happens, then we're gonna have that peace that the Bible mentioned. There's gonna be peace for 1,000 years, but they wanna make as much mess and they wanna reverse all the shit that's going on right now with our physical plane. They wanna change everything. They wanna block the sun. They wanna make every type of changes that are known here. They wanna see what it's. They're trying a little bit of everything to know that they don't wanna have these phases of energies that move in, and they know their time is up, man. They know. So, and then there's not that many. There's very few people here on the planet Earth that know that their time is coming to an end. Like I said, 2054 is gonna be the time period where I know they're gonna be gone from here, man. 2054. Now, I do believe that 2025 is gonna be a very, very like GG33 mentioned that if Donald Trump was gonna win, America was gonna get attacked. Now, there's been a lot of reports that China's gonna be attacking Taiwan. I did mention in one of my streams, and I think I deleted it, that they want to use Ukraine as the third wave, and then the second wave it's gonna be Germany and then Eastern Europe, and then the first wave is gonna be France and the UK. Well, once France and the UK are gonna get involved, that's when you're gonna see nuclear missiles are gonna be launched left and right. So all these violence that's happening in the world, it's gonna start spreading slowly worldwide, man. And just like in World War III, where it spread in one region, but it was kind of untouched in like North America and South America. If this conflict, which I do predict is gonna spread, it's gonna touch every corners of the world. It's gonna touch Australia. It's gonna touch South America. It's gonna touch North America. No region is gonna be safe, man. So that said and done, I'm gonna cut this stream and like I said, man, we have the power to change the future. Most people think that we don't. It's just a way of the state of mind, how we're living, how we're feeling, so we can move into a better transitional world where it's not as chaotic or much worse can it get in the future. Because again, like as all the type of realms that it can go, the people that are running are still gonna be they're still safe now for them. Nothing safe for them. So the good ones, they're gonna transition and move out on a more peaceful way. And then one of the worst timelines, they're gonna transition out, but in a very bad way for everybody here. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream, man. Take care. Have a good one.